Hi guys, it's Alyssa with a new video for you today. This one is actually not an Etsy video. After posting that thrift store haul video yesterday, I did have one of the viewers who requested a video about Amazon sales. And so what I decided to do was to put together a video similar to the weekly videos I do for Etsy, but showing my different Amazon sales. I am not going to be doing this every week. First of all, I sell a lot more stuff on Amazon than I do on Etsy, so it would take a lot of time to put together this video every week. And also, it's a little bit more difficult to put together the Amazon stuff than the Etsy stuff, just the way the sales are recorded and putting together the pictures for it and trying to remember where I bought everything. So this is sort of like an abbreviated version of one of those Etsy videos. I'll show you the different things I sold in the past 7 days on Amazon. All I did was run a report from Amazon that showed my sales for the past 7 days and then put together a video with all those items in it. I don't think it's as helpful as the Etsy videos, only because Amazon is very much item specific. It's not like you're gonna watch this and be like, oh, I gotta go out and buy one of those and one of those and one of those, because you're probably not gonna find them, number one, and number two, it changes so often, and there's just so many things that you can buy that you can sell on Amazon. To try and go by a list is a bit difficult way, I think, of sourcing, unless it's like, like a hot toy list or something like that. But in terms of, everyday items, it's actually easier to just find stuff while you're out, which is what I do. My items, I don't tell you in this video where I got each one because honestly I don't remember each one. But I pick them up at a variety of places. As you know, I pick stuff up at thrift stores, rummage sales, auctions, garage sales, but also at retail stores when they put stuff on clearance, and you can get some good deals. Also different closeout stores, outlet and discount stores. I do use my phone when I'm out looking for products. I use the Bandit app on my phone to source inventory. You do have to pay for the app, and you do have to be a professional Amazon seller, I believe, to use the app. As I also said in a comment yesterday on the video, you can use the Amazon Seller app, which is a free app. It doesn't give you quite as much information as you'll get with Profit Bandit, but if you're just starting out and trying to find some stuff out, it might give you some tips. You can see how much an item is selling for on Amazon. I think it gives you an estimate of the fees. One thing that's helpful is you can see if you are eligible to sell the item, which, especially if you're new and you're not sure, I've used that myself. Frozen, the movie Frozen, merchandise related to that is actually a restricted category, but not all merchandise related to Frozen is restricted on Amazon. And so when I was out looking, I found some Frozen toy guitars that were on clearance, and I'm like, well, can I sell this? And I looked it up and I could, so I made money that way. But what I'm looking for when I use my app is the selling price and also the sales rank of the item. And those are two key things, because sales rank will tell you how quickly it will sell, and that's important when you're investing money in something. It's hard to do that with Etsy or eBay, where you really are not sure how quickly something will sell, but Amazon you can pretty much tell with that sales rank. And sales rank, it's by category, so the lower number is the better number. The lower it is, the quicker it'll sell. And it will depend on the category. In some categories, a sales rank of 100,000 might be awful, but in a category like books or a category like toys, it's something that's going to sell pretty quickly. And so, it's a buy if you can make money on it. And also, I try to double my money with stuff I'm making on buying for Amazon. That is, if I invest $10 in something, I want my profit to be $10, But I will, if it has a lower sales rank and I'm going to make less money, but I'm going to sell it quickly, I will sometimes do that. I'm going to actually show you a screenshot of Profit Bandit for one of the things that I bought yesterday at the thrift store, just so you can get an idea of what I'm looking at. This is that cookie baking pan that I bought yesterday. It was a new item. It's a Wilton round cookie treat pan. I paid $2 for this at the thrift store, and according to Profit Bandit, after all my fees, I will make $8.20. You can see in yellow in the center of the screen there where it says rank 170,685. That's its category, that's its rank in the category of kitchen items. It's not great, but it'll do. And then you see under that, you see the FBA sales price in red and in green, just all the ones that are being sold, including ones that are merchant fulfilled. Next to the sales price, you'll see it says VG, LN, N. N means new, LN is like new, and VG is very good. This is a new item, so I'm only going to compare it against other new items. And, oh, I did notice on the bottom there, for some reason, I have used mark as opposed to new for the item. But anyway, the point is that I will more than double my money on this purchase, so that's a nice thing to see. And if you notice too, in orange at the top, there's a list price. That is, if Amazon was in stock on it, which they aren't, that's what the list would be, $9.99. I wouldn't worry too much about that because really all you care about is what something is selling for, and this sells for more than $9.99. Even at $9.99, I would probably make money on it since I was purchasing it for $2. But that's how Profit Bandit can be useful. You can see all that very quickly. All you do is scan the item and the information is there for you. Overall, with Amazon, I would say my return on investment is definitely lower than it is with like Etsy, but I make my money quicker. So it's, you know, it's a good trade-off that way. On average, I probably, at least in this video, I would say doubled my investment. But in general, because I think in December probably actually I make more money, but it's a lower return on investment because I'll buy things that I know are going to sell quickly. I might not be able to double my money on them, but I'll do pretty well. So I would say overall probably it's more like 80%, which is still pretty good. In the items that you're going to see, like I said, I got them from a variety of sources. I think the highest price item was a computer game, which sold for $99, and which I think I spent a whole $1 on. It was a brand new game at a garage sale. That's unusual. Most things, you know, it's a much lower return on investment, but overall I'd say it averages out to you pretty much double your money, or at least I do. So the total sales for these 7 days, and it's a little confusing because it's not going to totally add up when you watch the video, because some of them I sold multiple items of, and they might not have even sold at the same price because I do use repricing software. I use Reprice It, which will automatically reprice my items based on the information that I submit. And what I do with Reprice It is I do have general rules set for everything that I sell, and then I usually add specific things for each of the items that I list as far as like a minimum price that I'd be willing to sell an item for. And sometimes that means it's not going to sell right away, but eventually someone's going to buy it at the price that I have set as my minimum. And a lot of times it doesn't go down to the minimum, I sell it for more than that. But anyway, the total sales for these 7 days, and this is like a week in the middle of January, were $1,283 and I think 43 cents. So yeah, I make a lot more money on Amazon than I do on Etsy. It's not as much fun though. And all but one of the items I will show you was FBA, fulfilled by Amazon, which means I sent it off to Amazon warehouse and someone bought it on Amazon, Amazon shipped it out to the buyer. The only thing that was merchant fulfilled was a set of Christmas lights. I bought a whole bunch of Christmas stuff after Christmas on clearance, and I decided not to send this stuff in right away. I was going to wait until the fall, and I'll just list it as merchant fulfilled. I've sold 2 sets of lights, a whole bunch of ornaments, some other various Christmas stuff as merchant fulfilled. So people are still buying stuff after Christmas and paying good money for it, which is cool. But yeah, real quickly, I'll show you each of the different items that sold and just tell you what they sold for. This is something I sold multiple of. I sold it for $24.99. This is another multiple I sold at $31.99. This is a used book I sold at $17.11. This is a replacement mop head at $14.78. $17 for this Hello Kitty alarm clock. $18.49 for this phone case. I think I sold more than one. Bathing suit, $76. And a Leap Pad book and thing, $8.95, a backpack for $49.99, Mega Block set for $16.25, Dallas Cowboys headphones for $64.95, and a bike helmet for $19.85, a pom-pom maker for $9.95, Annoying Orange for $13.60, a hydration belt for $38.99, a locker chandelier for $28.26, a Spider-Man bouncy ball for $14.99, a rubber stamp, a Longa Burger basket one for $18.95, Monsters University $9.98 leaf pad set, $15 for this accounting textbook. It was used. And this Backjoy seat is $30.85, a wine bottle opener $49.99, a lanyard for $9.99, a plush wolf $16, and this was a new book for $10.99. And these were Christmas lights for $23.50. These were merchant fulfilled. This game for $99. And a Turtles light, $23.11, $15.99 for this Rudolph plush beanbag, $21.64 for the DTV converter, $14.99 for this Valentine set. It was a multi-pack, I put them together, $33.95 for this nightlight, and $18.64 for this textbook, also used. And Violet leaf pad, $17.71, $9.95 for this music set, $14.95 for this new Ungame game, $29.89 for this plush figurine guy, $69.99 for this KitchenAid accessory set, $19.99 for a plastic tray for kinetic sand, $14.60 for this plaster mold set, $24.85 for this new game, and $8.07 for this new DVD, and finally $11.99 for this new puzzle. Ooh, I feel like an auctioneer, but I did get through all that, and I hope that gives you some idea of Amazon. Basically, you can sell anything and everything on Amazon. All the items, I think, except for a few of those books, were new items. But like I said, I picked them up at all sorts of places. One thing I will say about Amazon, if you're new to this or thinking about getting into it, location probably does play a part in whether or not you can make a living at this. And that's because you're going to have to go to different stores, and if you live in a place where, you know, you gotta drive a half an hour to get to the nearest store, and that's a Walmart and a grocery store, and nothing else, it's going to be tough to make a living doing FBA. You can buy stuff online, but there's a limit to how much you can make doing that. I do some stuff online. I don't think anything I showed you in this video was something I purchased online. I think it was all purchased in person in one place or another. But I live in an area that's pretty well populated, and, you know, within a half hour of my house, there's, you know, dozens of Walmarts and Targets and all kinds of discount stores and thrift stores, of course. So I'm lucky in that way, and I can do this. If you live in a more remote area, it's going to be more difficult to do a business like this. And I'll be back tomorrow with my regular what I sold on Etsy video, which won't be quite as crazy as this one. Thank you for watching, guys, and hope this helps you, and happy selling!